from where it started to how it ends up is pretty cool. It's the Amazing Johnathan.
50% of me thinks this was a real documentary, and 50% of me thinks this was a scripted movie as a fucking magician trick.
I hated like 98% of it. Not gonna lie, I was so mad watching the whole thing because you're right. Like it's not your normal documentary, and I like to see things coming, and I saw none of it coming.
First of all, I love the whole documentary. I mean, the fact that it has surprises just means it's very well done, Savannah. So I appreciate your simple palate, but it's.
Well, first, let me say this. First, I want to question Savannah. Had you ever heard of The Amazing Johnathan before this podcast?
No, I was just about to say that you guys are old, and I'd never heard of him before at all. I would not have liked his comedy, I don't think.
I don't like cocaine comedy. He was actually my second favorite comic magician of the 80s. Do you remember Randy the Punk Magician, Todd? Did you remember that guy?
No, I don't.
He was this British guy, or maybe he wasn't British, but that he had an accent, and he would go, "I'm fooling you and you don't like it." And he'd pull out and he'd be like, "Fuck you, it's magic." And he was like Randy the Punk Magician.
Okay, I remember that tagline.
Fuck you, it's magic. Yeah. He was like real mean to the crowd, and he was like, "I'm fooling you and you don't like it." I used to say that all the time. It was like one of my favorite lines when I was a kid.
I think he was the longest lasting comedy magic show in Vegas history. So yeah. Really big deal, this guy. He was addicted to cocaine for 20 years, according to him in this, and then progressed into smoking meth. So
power to him. I mean, do what you got to do to get through the day, I guess.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think the meth started before the diagnosis, but
yeah.
You know, I don't know. And also I don't know much about cardiomyopathy, but it would seem that meth makes you live longer. I don't know. He was only supposed to live a year.
Please do not put that out there in the world, Todd. Oh my heavens.
Well, no. I think you're right, Todd. Because if his heart only works 10%, meth makes that 10% like 100%. That's really like
speeds it up.
Yeah. I mean, I will say
he probably has a normal heart rate when he's on meth.
This is probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole documentary. Is when his wife is talking about the fact that she didn't realize on their first date what he was actually talking about when he said that he does speed occasionally.
Yeah.
And she was like, but then I was fucked because I fell in love with him. And I was like, that's not how love works. That's not how life works. You could have left.
She's so pissed he's still alive. Fuck. She's been waiting for 6 goddamn years for this house and this pool and this money and not have to deal with this fucking meth head. But she's like, he's got a year to live. I mean, probably she broke up with him. That's when he had this year to live thing happen. And she's been holding off for every fucking year. Like my favorite scenes when they're in Denver and she's schlepping bags and she's all pissed. And I'm like, she thought this dude should have been dead 4 years ago. She doesn't want to be schlepping bags around Denver. She has to be laying a pool being a millionaire.
She's all pissed. I'm not even hot anymore.